Welcome to Jacksonville, Florida, USA, also known as the Gateway to Florida. Now this video will provide 10 reasons why people love Jacksonville.
I was just a labor back in 69. Thank you.
Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Jacksonville, Florida, USA. Population around 900,000. Now just for context, we have a map here. We have circled Jacksonville. Jacksonville is 50 minutes from St. Augustine and an hour and 30 minutes from Daytona Beach. Now this video will provide 10 reasons why people love Jacksonville. People love Jacksonville because of the Cummer Museum of Art and Gardens. Nina Holden Cummer was a local philanthropist who wanted to create a center of beauty and culture in Jacksonville. Unfortunately, she didn't live to see the opening of the Cummer Museum of Art and Gardens in 1961, but the gift she bequeathed to the city and its visitors will live on forever. The museum is now home to more than 5,000 pieces of art. As for the 2.5-acre gardens, there are actually 4 different gardens, including an English garden and an Italian garden. Each garden is more than 100 years old and stunningly beautiful and serene in its own distinct way. Guided tours of the museum and gardens are available, and a good cafe is located on site. People love Jacksonville because of the Catty Ranch Wildlife Sanctuary. The mission of this non-profit organization is a noble one: to educate the public on the dangers of owning big cats as pets and on threats to the cats from changing weather patterns, environmental pollution, diminishing habitats, and human hunters. None of the animals living here have ever been bought, sold, or traded. They've mostly been brought here by their owners who couldn't care for them properly. As a result, you and the kids can see some of the world's most exotic cats up close. Residents of the sanctuary include lions, tigers, pumas, cougars, leopards, bobcats, and foxes. One of the best things about this place, however, is its employees. Not one of them is paid for their work. They do it out of love. Guided tours are available. People love Jacksonville because of the Florida Theater. On April 8, 1927, the Florida Theater opened. Where once stood a ramshackle police precinct filled with some of the most unsavory of characters in Northeast Florida, suddenly there was a beautifully crafted, classic performing arts theater with a stunning old world ambiance. Since that time, some of the most famous performers in the world have appeared here, playing music ranging from rock to Rachmaninoff and Happy Holidays presentations to children's theater and pretty much everything in between. And oh yes, one young performer had his first solo show here, Elvis Presley. People love Jacksonville because of Fort George Island Cultural State Park. For a different side of the Jacksonville area, head to Fort George Island Cultural State Park. This spot is a bundle of contradictions. For one thing, it's a historical landmark, the site of Fort George, built in 1736 to defend the southern flank of what was then the British colony of Georgia. It's also a place of lush natural beauty, interesting wildlife, and great recreational opportunities, not to mention a most beautiful and calming silence. And yet, it's also the site of the Robo Club, Jacksonville's most raucous and glittery club for the rich and famous in the Roaring '20s. An outfit named Kayak Amelia can set you up with a guided tour on the island on a cross-terrain Segway, or you can go boating, fishing, kayaking, geocaching, cycling, birding, canoeing, picnicking, and hiking. People love Jacksonville because of the beautiful Amelia Island. While you may not have heard of Amelia Island, about 20 miles north of Jacksonville, rest assured the Spanish, French, English, and Scottish all knew of it. At one time, in fact, Amelia Island must have been the most desired place in America because 8 different flags have flown over it, more flags than anywhere else in the US. Today, the island's main town in Fernandina Beach looks much like it did then, with brick sidewalks and red brick Victorian buildings from the late 1800s, many now filled with interesting shops, restaurants, and galleries. One of the top things to do here is to take a horse and buggy ride through town and afterwards stroll these old streets for some great surprises. The island also offers great hiking, biking, horseback riding, beaches, and a couple of interesting museums and ghost tours. People love Jacksonville because of the St. Johns River Taxi. The taxi will take you to 3 stops along the south bank and 3 stops along the north bank. The modern, comfortable, covered boats seat up to 100 passengers and offer spectacular views of the city and the skyline. One of the best things about the river taxi, though, is that you don't need a particular destination in mind. Many people take it simply for the sheer joy of the ride along the river and the panorama of the city spread out before them. People love Jacksonville because of Adventure Landing. At Adventure Landing Jacksonville Beach, the first of 10 such theme parks that have sprung up since this one opened in 1995, the kids will be screaming and splashing all day long, and parents will turn into kids again. Attractions at this popular theme park include miniature golf, laser tag, the Wacky Worm roller coaster, go-karts, the frog hopper, and a ride for the more serious roller coaster lovers called 3D Max Flight. People love Jacksonville because of the Jacksonville Riverwalks. The St. Johns River is the commercial, transportation, and historic heart of Jacksonville. Now consisting of 2 sections, the North Bank and South Bank, this fun network of pedestrian walkways extends some 3.5 miles along the river, connecting a number of hotels and attractions. It's romantic to walk along the river at dusk when a calm takes over the water, just as the city on either side of it starts to light up. During the day, it's fun to stop and listen to the frequent performers by excellent street performers and bands. People love Jacksonville because of Atlantic Beach. Just a short drive east from the urban buzz of Jacksonville is another world altogether, Atlantic Beach. Here, the only sounds to be heard are the soothing waves lapping against the beautiful beach and the seabirds swooping above the water. One of the best ways to get to Atlantic Beach is via the St. Johns River Ferry. Several deep-sea fishing charter companies operate out of Atlantic Beach. If you take one of them, chances are good you can bring your catch to a local restaurant for cooking. Atlantic Beach is a great place to just relax and soak in the smells, sights, and sound of one of Florida's great getaway destinations. People love Jacksonville because of the Zoo and Gardens. Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens is more than just a zoo. It's an exciting experience that's fun for the whole family. Behind-the-scene tours, close-up encounters with the animals, and a walk through Butterfly Garden and Land of the Tiger exhibits are just some of the fun things to do here. There's also a play park and splash ground for the kids, and at Stingray Bay you can pat the inhabitants. The reasons provided in this video are not all the reasons why people love Jacksonville. If you've got a reason why you love Jacksonville, pop it in the comment section. I'll make another video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Ciao for now!